I watched TV.
And?
It was to make me smarter.
Oh, God, how did that work out for you?
Well, I wanted bubbles on my head, but it didn't work. I wanted to be... And so I watched TV, and I watched news, and there was a girl on it, and she was saying, hoffa, 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 stuff about Syria, hoffa, 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 the weather, hoffa, hoffa. And then I kept watching, and there was Parliament on, because smart people watch Parliament question time before Bananas in Pyjamas, which I might have wanted to see, but let that go, because I was going, I'm going to be smart and watch. And I was watching, and then the government, with the chick with the red hair, Julia, and she was giving, she went on first name, and then she said, off, the economy's going really good, and then the opposition said, nah, and then Julia said, nah, check it out, I've got paper with words on, and the opposition said, oh, I see, and then what happened was Christopher Pyne jumped up and said, I want to spend standing orders. And the speaker, Slipper, said, oh, righto, mate. What do you want? And then it was good because he stood right up and his hair, like you could tell he was putting on superpowers because his like hair went frizz in. And like he thought he had a cape on, but it wasn't like that. He was standing up really straight. And it was like someone put a minty in his bum to chew, except that also slipped in a chili. So he was like, listen, this is really bad. We've got to stop and make the Prime Minister tell us everything about the debacle, fiasco, terrible terrorist activities that happened on Australia Day when the mob tried to break the Lobby restaurant and kill Abbott. And then he was going, you got her. And then she's jumped up, right, and said, I did 4 times already. Nah, says Christopher Pyne. You didn't because there's anomalies because one of your staff got fired and no one else is saying nothing and it took you a day to know what's going on, so you suck. And then Scott Morrison, well, because the Slipper, right, said, is there anyone's going to just dignify this with support? And then Scott Morrison's jumped up and he looks like he's swallowed a sandwich full of poo. And he's gone, yes, the stench of death has gone through the office and it's bad and Julia's got to tell us stuff. So we got to vote on it. And you suck. And then, like, the government looked like they were just going, oh, I want to have a sleep or a tug. And then the whole opposition's going, growl! And then they rang the bells for 4 minutes. And while they rang the bells for 4 minutes, like this lady came on and she said, oh yeah, they're having a division. And so they're going to vote on it. And they're going to make sure Julia tells them stuff. If they win the vote, then she's going to get up and go, listen, this is what happened. And she's probably going to say the same stuff anyway. And it's all about the opposition going, bring it on for the economy. And then the government said, yeah, okay, economy's going real good. And the opposition said, nah. And they said, no, it is. And then they go, oh, we're losing. And so then they said, break it. And so Christopher Pyne, chili bum, and then Scott Morrison with turpid sandwich has given a go, oh, you've got to say stuff. And then they had a big vote. And the big vote happened. And I was counting like this. No, I missed that one. But other people were counting, and they were counting lots. And then it turned out that because the government's got more people in the whole place than the opposition does, when they said, no, we're not going to do that, the opposition said, ripped off. And then it was finished, and it only took an hour.
Right, so the end of what you're saying is they turned question time into an even bigger waste of time than normal by voting for something along party lines, so the entire fucking thing was pointless. You're right, that is something I don't give a fuck about.
I got smarter though. Yeah. I'm good.